Yeah, well, I think it's either that one or that one. Joe, what do you think?
Oh, I don't know. Leave me out of it. I make a point of not giving advice on guide politics or other women's makeup.
Yeah, well, that's no help, is it?
Listen, why don't you take them both? I'll give you a discount, say 10%.
You're on. You'll go far.
I don't suppose you got a waterproof black mascara in that bag of tricks?
You might be in luck.
Joe, this is Kathy Fife. Joe Parrish.
G'day.
Hi, pleased to meet you. There you go, one waterproof mascara.
Beautiful. I don't think I've seen this brand before. Her T-shirt, the chemist, reckons he hadn't even heard of waterproof mascara.
Yeah, well, his range is really patchy. That's why I hope I'll do well.
So you just started doing this then?
Yeah, it's my first week on the job.
Oh, well, you made one sale already. What do I owe you for this?
$28.
I'll have to have a look at the rest of the range.
Name a time.
It gets a bit complicated, you know, changing shifts and all that.
I could come to the station if you'd like.
Oh, the boss would love that. Face creams and mascara all over the charge counter. Kathy?
My car, it's gone.
Are you sure that's where you left it?
Yeah. I think someone's stolen it. Passenger side window won't wind up. I told Ross to get it fixed.
Ross?
My husband. How's he going to get to St David's for work now? He's just going to hit the roof. We've been doing it really hard ever since we lost our business.
Yeah, what sort of business were you in?
Earth moving. But Ross hurt his back and couldn't handle that sort of work anymore.
So what's he doing now?
He got a job at that new telemarketing centre. Flogging car alarms, what a joke.
Listen, the vehicle not being properly secured, it could pose a bit of a problem for insurance.
What insurance? Look, it's not the car, it's the cosmetics in the boot. They're worth over $2,000.
And your employers won't be happy about losing their stock, hey?
Not their stock, mine. I had to borrow the money to buy it off them. Now I've got no way of paying it back.
Now, is there any chance that Ross might have picked up the vehicle early?
Without telling me?
No, I didn't take it. You absolutely sure it's gone? Oh, that's great. That's just fantastic. You know I'm on my last warning?
Ross!
If I don't make quota by the end of the week, I'm out.
It's not my fault.
I told you not to go wasting our money on that crap. Now another $2,000 down the plug hole.
Listen, if you'd got that window fixed like we were supposed to, none of this would have happened.
And what was I going to use for money, Kathy?
Look, if it's joyriders, they've probably dumped the car already. It's just a matter of time before we find it.
And you'll let us know when they do?
Naturally. Mr. Fife, Mrs. Fife.
Jessica, Ryan, how many times have I told you not to play there? Look
Joe.
at your place, they're filthy. Now get inside the boat. Come on!
Oh, look, I still want the mascara. How about you hold on to it till you get some more stock?
Yeah, well, got to raise $2,000 first. Like that's going to be sometime soon.
We still might recover your stuff.
Yeah. Well, until you do, take it.
Sure don't want that. You must be starved.
No, thanks. I'm saving myself for the PCCC meeting this afternoon.
I've got you sussed. You don't go to those meetings to liaise with the community. You just go for the free feed.
Of course, there's got to be some perks to this job. You know, last time we had one of Pamela Benson's cheesecakes, mate.
Anyone recovering that stolen car, Joe?
Yeah, I'm just going to get on the blower, see if anyone's flogging cheap makeup.
Good luck. Right, I'm due at that PCCC meeting.
No, I'm going to that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I should have told you. I'm going to go from now on.
But I've always gone, Tess.
Yeah, because you're acting sergeant. But I'm here now. I think I ought to go.
But I've organised my whole afternoon around that particular meeting.
That was Dr. Mel. She's had a kid come in, been involved in an accident of some kind.
There you go. Something else for you to do.
A passing motorist found him staggering along the roadside and brought him in.
Mind if I have a go at talking to him?
I don't like your chances, but be my guest.
Mate, you have to talk to him? I'm Senior Constable Ben Stewart. This is Constable Joe Parrish. We don't know what's happened to you, but we want to help. What's your name? Tell me.
I see you go to Mount Thomas High.
The bruising looks like it's been caused by a seat drop.
A road accident seems most likely.
In which case, there could be other people out there trapped in a car somewhere. Mate, is that what's happened? Have you been in an accident?
You reckon he's for real?
You tell me.
Could have amnesia or shock.
Or we trying to avoid a whole heap of trouble?
We won't know till we run some more tests.
I think we'd better have a talk to the bloke who brought him in.
I thought that Good Samaritan said he found the kid wandering on the highway.
Yeah, just south of here, but the road's so busy, this highway, that you figure any motorists would have seen an accident and phoned it in by now.
So you're going to crash down here and walk back to the highway? Oh,
Certainly looks like it. OK, let's see if there's anyone in that car. There, thank God. So he must have come around this corner, lost control and flipped it. He's lucky he got out before it set alight.
Well, it's definitely Kathy Fife's car.
Oh, you kidding. Where did she keep her cosmetics?
So much for the amnesia attack.
Oh, he could still be for real.
Oh, come off it.
Okay, so the lad's a car thief, but he has just been in a serious car accident.
He's wrecked a car, destroyed a family's livelihood. He's just trying to evade some difficult questions.
You guys know for sure this guy was driving the car?
Yeah, well, he was the only one at the scene, and we couldn't find evidence of anyone else in the vehicle.
Well, you're not going to get very far until you know who he is.
Simple, I'll just call the school, find out who hasn't turned up for classes today.
How was your meeting?
Very productive. And they provided food. There was this one lady made the most delicious apple turnover.
Yes, Pamela Benson, that would be.
Do you know it?
I do.
Can I help you?
Hi, Letty.
Hey, I just wanted to work with Jack.
Make it quick, eh?
Hey, I was looking for a guinea pig. Ta-da! Wow. Made them myself. Go on, try one.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
Oh, cool. There you go, you can have the rest. If you can't eat them, I'll suck up to your bosses.
I'm going to have to suck up to them if I don't get back to work.
Hey, do you want to drop in tonight? Maddie's got a tooth coming through, so I can't promise you lots of peace and quiet, but,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
yeah, okay. See you tonight.
See ya. Muffin?
That's Sergeant Muffin to you.
No, thanks.
I'll have one, stud.
Well, next time I go to one of those meetings, I won't have lunch.
You better be careful there, Sir Galahad.
Well, it's nothing.
Well, so you keep saying, but once they start making muffins for you...
We're friends, that's all.
Yeah, well, I'm friends with my aerobics instructor, but you don't see me running off to the gym with plates of muffins.
No, I've never seen you run in your life, Parrish.
Look, I'll give you one thing. When you fall
Don't
hard.
worry about it, I'll get it.
Widow with a baby?
Okay, thanks for that. Bye. Got him, that kid. I know who he is. Name's Carl Wagner. He's a VCE student at Mount Thomas High.
Well, there's no neurological cause for his condition,
So he is faking it.
unless it's psychological.
I see, in this psychological condition, is that why you're trying to leave the hospital?
Oi, you. Just hold it right there. Carl Wagner.
Who's that?
That's something we could talk about down at the station.
Did you nick a white bluebird from out the front of the Imperial between about 11:45 and 12:15 this afternoon?
I don't remember anything, sorry.
It won't work, Carl. The vehicle was found right near where you were picked up injured and you were absent from school.
I go to school, do I? Oh, I'm wearing a uniform, guess I must.
I used to let you know when Mrs. Wagner was here.
Yes, good, thanks. Ask her to step in, please.
Carl? Oh, Carl, what's happened to you?
Your son's been in a car accident, Mrs. Wagner.
Oh, Carl.
Amazingly, he seems to have lost his memory.
Well, what's he doing here? Why isn't he still in hospital?
He was cleared to leave by the medical staff.
But he's obviously hurt. Look at him. I want my own doctor to have a look at him.
I don't think you understand the situation, Mrs. Wagner.
There are some questions that Carl needs to answer before he's free to go.
You expect him to answer questions when he's obviously hurt?
It's all right. It's just a sprain, I'm fine.
Carl, what's going on?
Does my mum have to be here while I do this?
If they're going to put you through the 3rd degree while you're in this condition, you bet I do.
I stole a car, all right?
No, that's a mistake.
There's no mistake. I did this when I rolled it.
Mrs. Wagner, perhaps you'd like a cup of tea.
Would you like to step this way?
Let's take it from the top, shall we? But in the interview room.
Come on, mate.
His father walked out on us when Carl was 5. The poor kid's had a rough time.
Well, he's not the only one.
I sympathise, Mrs. Wagner, but as I understand it, the people he stole from were battlers too.
Look, I'm not trying to justify what he did. I just want to explain. Is that it? Can I take him home now?
Well, we have to sign him out, but yes. He'll probably be receiving a summons in due course.
A summons? But he cooperated, didn't he?
In the end.
Well, yeah, but I thought, maybe a warning.
It's gone too far for that, I'm afraid.
But this is his first offence.
Just leave it, Mum.
No, I will not leave it. Look, you may not realise it, but this black mark's going to follow you everywhere. Every job that you go for.
I'm really sorry, Mrs. Wagner, but there's nothing we can do. Car theft is a very serious matter. Now, I have to ask you if you're satisfied with your treatment by the police.
You're kidding, right?
Look, what if I offer to pay for the damage he's done?
Mum?
Well, restitution might help when his case comes to court. We can discuss it in my office if you like.
Mum, you can't afford to pay
Come.
for the car.
Shush.
Come through, mate.
Joe? Better go and see Mrs. Fife. Tell her we think we found her car. Bring her in to make a positive ID and see if you can get an estimate of the damage.
Total.
I'm afraid so.
The cosmetics? The job was the thing that was going to get us out of trouble.
Is it gonna be alright, Mummy?
Everything's going to be fine, baby.
I'm very sorry.
What am I going to do now?
Well, we are talking to the offender about the possibility of restitution.
You've caught him?
Yeah.
Well, who was it?
I'm really not in a position to be able to give you that information. But how much do you think it'd cost to replace everything you've lost?
$3,500.
Yeah. The car was a bomb, but it was still worth $1,500. And then there's the matter of the makeup.
I don't have that sort of money.
Unfortunately, that's what it's going to take.
Oh, I could pay by instalment.
Well, it might be more to the point if Carl did.
I don't have any money.
You could get a part-time job.
Give all the money away.
Mrs. Fife relied on that car and that makeup to earn her living.
Should have been insured then, shouldn't she?
We're still making inquiries at this stage, Kathy. It's really just...
Kathy,
Is that him? Is this the person who stole my car?
he's admitted to the offence and he'll probably be charged.
Probably.
Mrs. Fife, Lorraine Wagner. Carl's my son. I'm sorry about what
Is
happened.
this the way you brought him up? To disrespect other people's property like this?
Mrs. Wagner wants to do something to make it up to you.
You mean replace my car, my cosmetics?
Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. I don't really have the money for that, not immediately.
Yeah, then sorry doesn't count for a whole lot, does it?
Oh, come on, Mum, let's go. Excuse me?
No, I won't excuse you. You listen to me. That car may not have seemed like much to you, but I relied on it to make a living.
Out of the way, loser.
What did you call me?
Kathy.
No!
You all right?
She punched him.
Yes,
Any better?
I'm all right. I just wasn't expecting it.
Do you usually allow members of the public to be assaulted in your police station?
No, of course not. We may well be charging Mrs. Fife.
Maybe.
Well, in the circumstances, Carl might choose to let the matter rest.
She was justified, is that what you mean?
I think what the senior sergeant means is that Carl might wish to spare Mrs. Fife the cost and embarrassment of legal proceedings, considering what she suffered.
Oh, that's my call, is it?
No, son, it's our call.
But given that you are the victim in this case, we'd certainly take your wishes into account. So what do you say, Carl?
I say charge the bitch.
I'm sorry. Carl Wagner has decided to lay a complaint.
So I'm going to be charged.
Yes, I'm afraid so. We all saw you hit the wall.
First, he bloody well steals my car, and then he calls me a loser.
That doesn't give you the right to assault him, though.
Yeah, well, that cosmetics job was all I had.
It's not all, surely.
Please, you've got no idea.
Well, you've still got what really matters. You've got your children, you've got your husband.
That's where you're wrong. Losing the car was the last straw for Ross and I. He has moved out and gone to St David's to live with his mother.
So, do you want to come to Skulker?
Skulker, what's that?
Jack, it's a band. And they're playing tomorrow night at St David's Town Hall. And I won 2 tickets off the radio.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, it took me 5 goes to get through. So, do you want to come?
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think I'm working tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm definitely working.
Bummer.
Can you take somebody else?
Yeah, my next door neighbour, I guess. God knows she minds Maddie enough. That's cool. See you around.
Yeah, okay. See ya.
Heavy day, eh?
Knock it off.
I've got you sussed, Romeo.
You can't save everybody.
Now is the perfect time to turn someone like Carl around. I just have to find the right way to get through to him, that's all.
Well, good kick up the bum is my preferred method.
Amen to that.
I don't think that's going to work with Carl Wagner somehow.
Carl? Is Carl in trouble?
I don't know why you're wasting your sympathy on him. He stole Kathy Fife's car.
You're joking.
Do you know him?
Well, yeah, of course I've known the family for years. Lorraine will be devastated.
Oh, she's not the only one.
She's had it pretty rough, that one. You know, when Carl was only 4 or 5 years old, the marriage broke up, and she's not had one bit of support from that father. The other kids haven't been much help either.
Yeah, I thought Carl was an only child.
No, there's an older brother and sister who opted for the good life with Mike.
Mike Wagner, is that Carl's dad? From Wagner's Auto Repairs?
Yep.
Stupid little... I shouldn't be surprised. I knew something like this was going to happen.
Your ex-wife didn't mention anything to you about it?
We don't talk. Of course, if we did, I'd tell her she's spoiling the kid.
Yeah, well, it's pretty tough bringing up a young fella by yourself.
Especially this one. He thinks he can do anything and get away with it. What's going to happen to him?
Well, there'll probably be a court hearing.
Well, I think a good scare wouldn't do him any harm.
Maybe.
But he wouldn't go to jail, though, would he?
No, I shouldn't think so.
Look, if there's anything else I can help you with...
Yes, there might be, actually.
Go on.
If we could go to this court hearing and say that Mrs. Fife's costs have been covered, it would go a long way to clearing his name.
How much?
About $3,500. Yeah, I know it sounds like a lot, but it really would make a difference to Carl's future.
Hey, mate, I'm sorry, but you've come to the wrong bloke. I don't have that sort of dough.
If you don't mind me saying so, this business seems like it's doing pretty well.
Garage?
Yes.
That belongs to Linda, the girlfriend. She's the businesswoman. Mate, I'm just a grease monkey. Anything else, I'm more than happy to help. But money? Sorry, no can do.
Twaddle. He's rolling in it.
He's said his girlfriend owns the business.
Of course he did. That's how Mike set it up, so he wouldn't have to pay me any child support.
Uh-huh.
I suppose he didn't happen to mention that I spoil the boy. Yeah. Thought he did. That's usually what he says whenever I ask him to pay for any of the extras.
How does Carl get along with his dad?
Idolises him. Or he did. Carl's mad keen on cars.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of months ago, he asked Mike for a job.
At the garage?
Yeah. Or just part-time, after school. Well, the miserable bastard turned him down flat. You should have seen the kid's face. He was devastated.
Lots of people had difficult upbringings. It doesn't give them the right to go around stealing other people's cars.
I know that, but I do think that this kid has got a good chance if someone just gives him a fair go.
It's very noble. But how are you going to do it, though?
Operation Handbrake Turn.
Rings a bell.
I know, you would have read about it in Police Life. Basically, the idea is that you give a young offender a wrecked car and they do it up for someone else who's had theirs stolen.
Oh, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all.
Well, AOS in St David's might help you find an old bomb. They'd have a pretty good idea what was at the wreckers.
Yeah, but isn't he going to need tools and he's going to need a place to work?
Don't worry about that. I've got just the place. Oh, come on, Mike. We've talked about all this on the phone.
Yeah, I know I did, but... Look, if this doesn't work, am I the bunny who's got to get rid of this?
Trust me, it'll work.
Hey, Hotshot. How you doing, mate?
Is that my car?
Sure is. So you can get it going again. You reckon you can handle it?
Yeah, of course you can. It's a Wagner. Fix any old bomb, can't you?
And if you run into any trouble, your dad's here to ask. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Right.
What's all this?
My partner, Linda Bennett.
Hello, Ben Stewart.
I've told you, Mike, I don't want the place looking like a wrecker's
I
yard.
thought it could
No.
just go around the back near the dumpster.
We've talked about this.
Look, love, I just thought you
Mike,
might...
if he hurts himself working on it, we are not covered by work cover. Did you think about that?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry, son. I think Linda's right. I don't think I can help you.
Yeah, well, that sucks.
Surely something can be done.
Ah, forget it. He's never done anything for me before. Why would he start now?
Yeah, this Mike guy sounds like a wimp.
Oh, mate, it suited him to go along with her. He says all the right things. When it comes down to it, he couldn't give a Continental.
Somebody mind telling me why there's a wrecked car parked in our driveway?
Yeah, it belongs to Carl Wagner.
Well, why isn't Carl Wagner looking after it?
Well, because he hasn't got any tools at his mum's place.
Whereas we have a fully equipped workshop.
It's a long story. I just haven't got round to it yet, boss. I will.
At least get it round the back, for goodness
All right,
sake.
look, what's the address?
Let's hope the inspector doesn't drop in for a surprise.
Okay, we'll be straight out there. Okay, bye. There's a disturbance at Ross and Kathy Fife's.
Put that down! Put our lounge down! Please, I'm just put it down! Stop it, Ross! Put that lounge down! Put it down! Stop it! This is... All right. Tell them what's going on.
Look, I'm here to repossess the furniture. Now, there's the paperwork.
Bloody
Mr. Fife!
I wouldn't do that if I were you, mate.
All this seems to be in order.
Just because we missed a couple of instalments. You haven't made a payment since February. Now, if you'll excuse me, please.
Hey,
Mr. Fife, please, just take it easy, all right?
Look, if you don't get out of the way, sir, I'm going to have to arrest you.
Ross, here's the clothes you came for. Now leave.
You can't let them do this to us, Kathy.
Look, you're not helping. Think of the kids. Come on, Toya. Let's have a walk, are we?
Righto. Well, that seems to be everything. I'll leave you with it.
Look, here's the number for Lieutenant Morgan from the Salvation Army. She's very helpful. She'll be able to get you started up again.
I've never had a handout in my life.
Look, none of this is your fault. You're entitled to ask for help.
Yeah, you're right. It's not my fault, is it? None of this would have happened if it hadn't been for that bloody kid.
Hey, that repo company rang. They wanted to thank you for your assistance.
Ah, just what I've always wanted, the gratitude of leeches.
Oh, yeah, they're just doing their job.
They hardly left Kathy and the kids with a thing to sit on. I mean, there must be something we can do.
Yeah, but you heard her. She doesn't want charity.
Good for her.
Compensation is what she deserves.
You're absolutely right.
Hey, where are you off to?
Wagner's Auto Repairs. I've tried and failed with the old man, but maybe I can talk some sense into the girlfriend.
Well, best of British.
Hello, anyone home? Hi. Linda? Linda. Okay. Don't move. Okay, just stay right where you are. I'm going to get you some help, okay? Mount Thomas 208 to BKC. I need an ambulance urgently.
Okay, Linda. Any idea who did this?
He got me from behind.
Not even a glimpse?
Sorry, I was counting the takings at the time. Never even knew what hit me.
Was there anyone else around?
The apprentice was on his lunch break.
We'll need his name. What about customers?
Didn't see any.
Mr. Wagner, where were you at the time?
I was out testing a vehicle.
When I came onto the property, I noticed that there was a buzzer across the garage door.
Yeah, I heard it just before I got whacked. I just thought it was Mike getting back.
Oh, you said that you were counting the takings. How much did they get?
The bastard picked his time, all right. I was just about to do the banking. There were credit card slips, cheques, and $700 in cash.
So what, some customer just wanders in, sees all the dough and bashes Linda over the head?
Well, the timing is just a bit of good luck.
Maybe. I reckon it's somebody who knows about the business, you know? I mean, knew that there was going to be business takings there.
Like the apprentice?
Someone closer to home.
Someone like?
Like someone with good reason to hate Linda's guts.
Carl? Oh, no, he's not here. Why?
Oh, there's nothing to worry about, Mrs. Wagner. Any idea where he is?
Off with his mates somewhere, I suppose.
Well, was he around here lunchtime?
Look, I really don't know. I left for work straight after breakfast, after I saw you.
Right, well, when he gets back, give me a call at the station. I'd appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, sure, but I really wish you'd tell me why you want to talk to him.
No, it's just routine. Thanks.
Listen, I'm sure there's nothing to be alarmed about. Try not to worry. No.
I just want to know what Carl's been up to.
Well, in the meantime, I think we should be talking to this apprentice.
Next port of call.
So the apprentice was with his girlfriend.
Yes, they were feeding the ducks at O'Flynn Reserve.
She's corroborated this?
Yep, they go there almost every day.
Very romantic. So where does this leave us?
Back where we started with Carl Wagner.
Ah, you're like a dog with a bone.
Why isn't he here, Ben?
Mate, he probably doesn't even know that we're looking for him.
I don't suppose he came up with any useful prints.
You suppose right.
Besides, anyone could have walked into that office and donged Linda on the head.
Well, why isn't Carl here?
Mate, give him a chance.
Well, that was a waste of time.
I take it you two didn't come up with a weapon?
You could say that.
No shortage of blunt metal objects. The offender would have had a field day.
So, how's it go with the door knock?
It's a light industrial area. People come and go all day. No one saw a thing.
Carl, we were just talking about you, mate.
Yeah?
Okay. Your mum told you we wanted to chat, did she?
No, I haven't seen Mum yet. I just came to ask you if you can get that towing guy to take the car around to my place.
It won't do you much good there, though, will it?
Well, I borrowed some tools and bought most of the parts I need.
What's this like?
A carby and a few bits. Won't get far without one of these.
Worth a bit?
Well, a couple of hundred second hand.
Come through.
You cashed in your bottle top collection, did you?
Look, what is this? What's going on?
You aware that someone went into your dad's workshop this afternoon, assaulted Linda Bennett and made off with about $700?
No. She all right?
Do you care?
I didn't do it if that's what you're asking.
Oh, she's not your favourite person, is she? After what happened this morning.
Dad doesn't always have to listen to her.
Oh, right, so your dad's the enemy, is he? Be a good way to get back at him, wouldn't it?
Except I didn't.
Where were you around lunchtime, Carl?
At home.
Did anyone see you?
No.
So no one can vouch for you?
No.
Where did you get the money to buy these parts from? Oh, come on, Carl. Look, your dad's business gets knocked off. An hour later, you're out spending up big on car parts. You won't tell us where you got the money from. What are we supposed to think?
Well, think what you like. I don't give a stuff.
My son is not a thief. Oh, all right, he did take that car. But to hit a woman over the head and to help himself to a cash box, I just don't believe that of him.
So can you help us out? Where do you think Carl is getting the money to buy all these car parts?
Are you sure his father's not giving it to him?
Well, you said yourself his father wouldn't give him the time of day.
Well, there must be some explanation.
Has he got a job? Is there some way that he could have earned all this money?
He did have a paper round once.
When was this?
Well, when he was about 11.
Well, you got to admit, Bernie, looking good for the kid.
But why would Carl come in here flaunting his ill-gotten gains? I mean, he's not that dumb.
Dumb crook. Eh? Show me something I haven't seen before.
That was the wrecker's yard where Carl got the parts.
Cash sale?
Yeah, only type they make.
I remembered him.
They remembered him all right, a walking encyclopedia on cars. Knew exactly what he was looking for, apparently.
It's pretty impressive for a kid whose dad wouldn't give him an after-school job in his garage.
Yeah, they reckon someone's taught him, that's for sure.
Sal to Angelo.
What about him?
You've been working at his garage every afternoon after school for about 12 months now.
Is that where you got the money for the spare parts?
Yeah, all right, so what?
Oh, come on, Carl, why didn't you tell us, mate? You could have saved yourself a whole lot of trouble.
Because of Mum. She wants me to be an engineer or an architect or something.
Right, yeah.
She'd be really upset if she knew I wanted to be a grease monkey like the old man.
10.80, thanks.
We get some service over here.
Yeah, Carling, be right with you.
Looks like you could do with some help behind the bar.
Oh, tell me about it. Haven't had a chance to put an ad in the paper yet.
I think I might know someone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Find a thirst over here.
Ernie, would you keep your shirt on? I'll be there in a minute. Look, don't go away. I'll be back.
Keep the change.
So, anyway, you don't reckon Carl knocked off his old man's servo anymore, right?
Look, Joe, I'm only a humble senior connie. I have no opinion. I have to ask CI.
Well, you can explain where we've got the money from, but we've got an alibi.
Oh, PJ.
It's not like it.
So if it wasn't Carl Wagner, who?
Hey, that's what I like to see, a copper getting his hands dirty.
Yeah, it's a bit grubby, isn't it?
What is it?
It's the appointment book from Wagner's Auto. I figure one of their clients might have seen
Benny.
someone. Hey, mate, you can't blame a man for trying.
It's my son.
Oh, good, it's arrived. What has? Oh, it's from the victim's referral and assistance service.
All right, for Kathy Fife.
Yeah, I thought they might be able to help her. Look, you mind if I head out there and drop yourself to her?
Yeah, all right.
What's going on? We're getting our stuff back. Someone's brought our payments up to date.
She has no idea who her benefactor is.
No, and the taxi truck drivers had no idea either. They're just doing what they're told.
Very weird.
How'd you two go with Mike Wagner's customers?
Well, that was a waste of time. None of them were there the right time of day.
Hey, what about the husband, Ross?
Why didn't they split up because they're broke? I mean, where's he going to get the money from?
Where indeed?
Ross, no, I still haven't spoken to him. It's his day off and his mother doesn't know where he is. Why?
Well, the amount outstanding on the furniture came to $680. You got any idea where your husband might have got that sort of money?
Are you saying that Ross got our stuff back?
Mm-hmm. In cash.
It's got to be a mistake.
There's no mistake. What about his mum? Could he have borrowed the money from her?
Almost $700.
Mm-hmm.
She's on the pension.
Both you and your husband are regular clients of Wagner's Auto Repairs.
We were, yeah. That's where we used to take the Bobcat. Excuse me. Ross!
Before you say anything, there's a couple of things I want to tell you.
Go on. I'm very keen to hear what you have to say. $680 owing to the finance company and about $20 worth of flowers.
35, actually.
And so where did the money come from, Ross?
I borrowed it. From Mum.
Well, your wife told us your mum's on the pension.
Well, she had a bit squirreled away. Never did trust the banks much.
And she'll confirm this, will she?
Yeah.
And the amount? She knows how much she loans you?
Of course she will.
All right. Interview suspended at 11:17 a.m. for Senior Constable Stewart to make further inquiries.
Where's he going?
He's going to go and call your mum.
Okay, no need to worry, all right? I did it. I stole the money from Wagner's, but I didn't mean to.
You belted a woman over the head and you left her unconscious. You could have caused permanent brain damage or worse.
Things kind of got out of hand, okay? I wanted to talk to Mike. I knew he was loaded and I thought he could help us out. Seemed fair enough considering. Anyway, I walk in and there's his girlfriend counting all this money.
Something just came over you.
Look, it was like I couldn't help myself, okay?
All right, we'll do this for the tape, eh?
Calm down. You drag my husband down here.
We are just
while you
talking
give that bloody kid presents and you want me to be calm.
Senior Constable, perhaps you could explain the situation a little better.
How dare you treat Ross like a criminal?
Mrs. Fife,
You're interrogating him while that damn kid
Mrs. Fife,
the life
excuse
of Riley.
me. I think the senior constable has something to tell you.
Your husband has admitted to the robbery at Wagner's Auto Repairs.
Admitted it?
Yes, I'm sorry.
There she is, the bitch.
Can we help you?
Yeah, we're here to put in a complaint about her.
If you want something to complain about, I'm going to give you something to complain about.
Okay. She is completely out of control. First, she assaults Carl. Now she has lost him his job.
Yeah, and it was my great pleasure.
Oh, you slut.
Just shut up, Carl. You won't be told again. Now, Mrs. Wagner, what's going on here?
She rang Mr. D'Angelo. That's Carl's boss. She told him everything that's happened, and now he's been given the sack.
Well, I sympathise, but this is hardly a police matter.
The job was all I had.
Now you know how it feels, Carl.
You'll get yours.
Oh, I will do it.
One more word out of you, you'll be asked to
totally
leave.
gone in the head.
Hey! All right, that's enough. Everybody quieten down. That's better. Parish, why don't you take Mrs. Fife through to PJ's office? You two stay put. Senior Constable, Sergeant. What the hell was that all about?
That kid, he just comes in here and provokes
Oh,
things.
come on, Kathy's not exactly being helpful.
But she's entitled to be angry if you
Carl
ask
didn't
me.
make her husband go out and knock off his dad's
All right.
workshop. That was Ross's decision.
I asked for a report, not an action replay.
Sorry. Look, the truth is, both these parties are just as bloody-minded as each other.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with my colleague on that point.
The question is, what do we do to sort it out?
Send them all home with a flea in their ear?
Oh, yeah, that's fine till the next time they meet up down Penhope Road.
Well, if you've got any better ideas, Sergeant, I'd love to hear them.
How about a restorative justice conference?
No way known.
Maybe you should consider it.
Why, so Kathy Buddy Fife can try and belt me up again?
No. There'll be none of that, Carl, I promise.
Yeah, okay, but there's no way she's ever going to listen to my point of
Let's
view.
get something straight, Carl. This isn't about your point of view. It's about you understanding what you've done to this woman and taking some responsibility.
That's a waste of time. Come on,
Carl, do me a favour. Just take a seat. If you just listen to what Mrs. Fife has to say, it might get her off your back.
I might have worked before I lost my job.
It's also something that we could mention in your court case. Wouldn't do any harm.
Why would I want to spend 5 minutes in a room with that little weasel?
Tell him that. Just tell him just what you think of him.
That's what I just did.
Yeah, but this time he has to listen.
Yeah, well, what's in it for him? Why would he agree to this?
Well, Carl has his own reasons.
It's the court case, isn't it? He wants to impress the judge.
Kathy, does it really matter if it's going to help your situation?
So, if I agree to this, I'm helping him to get a lighter sentence, right?
No, you wouldn't be doing it for him. It might also help Ross's case. All right, if everyone can take a seat, we'll get started.
Carl, mate, I might get you to sit over here, thanks. All right?
All right, just to summarise the facts, you, Kathy, have had your car stolen and your livelihood destroyed.
That's right, by this little bastard down
And
there.
you're very angry about that.
Yeah, I'm really angry.
Yeah, and
about
this
it.
anger, I suppose, is driven by a sense of loss. You must be feeling pretty desperate.
Yeah, well, we really relied on that
You must
car.
be thinking, how am I going to support my family?
Yeah, that's
I
right.
wonder, Carl, you can put yourself in Kathy's shoes for a minute.
Don't need to. She's got you to do that.
The purpose of this conference is to
For
see
you
whether
to
you
crap
can
on
have...
as far as I can see.
Excuse me, mate, but you agreed to come here, and if you can't take it seriously...
Let's have a quick word with you for a minute. Just in private, please.
Sure.
Excuse us.
This better be good. It's real progress.
There's just something I have to say to you.
Come on, this better be important.
Just shut up.
Excuse me? I'm your sergeant. Remember that?
All right, then shut up, Sergeant. These people aren't going to speak to each other if you don't zip it. Okay?
Is that all?
Yeah.
All right. How about I stop talking and let you tell your story?
Yesterday, my little girl Jess came home in tears. She hadn't been allowed to go on a school excursion because we hadn't paid the levy.
Nothing to do with me.
Do you ever take responsibility for anything?
Now, school excursion fees, from what I understand, normally have to be paid at the start of the year. I don't really think it's fair to slate that one home to Carl.
See that, Carl? $2.60. $2.60 to last me until God knows when. This morning I had to go to the Salvos and get some food.
You're a loser before I ever took you, Carl. You're just trying to blame your crappy life on me.
Out of here.
Can you just stay for a moment,
Ben,
please?
you did your best, but it is not worth it.
So much for your own intervention.
Excuse me, Kathy.
What?
I just wanted to ask, did you tell your kids about going to the Salvos for food?
Do you think I want them to know?
No. I didn't tell them either.
Well, guess we're in the same boat then, aren't we?
Ben! No, it's all right, Ben. I'll look after her.
If Kathy Fife is a loser, then so are we. How much money do you think your father left us when he walked out? I've lined up at that depot too. Maybe I should have told you. I'd have taught you a bit of consideration for other people.
Kathy, before you go, Carl's got something that he'd like to say to you. Carl?
I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. And that car I'm working on, well, I'd like you to have it. You know, to make up for the one I took.
You want me to have your car?
Yeah.
It's a really generous offer, Carl. Do you keep your car?
Kathy, Carl is just trying to do something to make a mess.
Ben, if he wants to help me, fine. He can rot in jail. Yeah, why don't you do that?
Kathy, please, just before you go.
Forget it!
Just hear me out, please. Now, I don't think you realise what it meant for that young man to make the offer that he just made you.
It's always about him, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's about you. It's about helping you get back up on your feet. But I'm starting to realise that you don't want anyone's help.
Listen, if it wasn't for that hoon, none of this would have happened. He did a lot more than steal money from me, you know.
But he didn't make your husband go out and do the things that he did. That was Ross's choice.
Yeah, well,
entirely.
Ross wouldn't have been at that garage in the first place if it hadn't have been for Carl Wagner.
Okay, fair enough. You keep blaming Carl because he deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
But while you're at it, think about the example that you're setting for your own kids.
Okay. Hypothetically, I accept the car. What then? I've got no way of making a living.
Well, have you been in touch with the cosmetics company? Because I'm sure that they would love to have you working for them. They might even be interested in extending your line of credit.
You reckon they'd do that?
Well, they might, but you would have to have a car. Now, what Carl is offering you is a means of survival. In my book, you would be crazy not to accept that.
Okay, I'll accept the car.
Good.
But only so I can pay my bills and get ahead. It's got nothing to do with forgiving him. You make sure he gets that.
Fair enough.
Hi. Oh, sorry. Don't want to get you the sack on your first night.
No, that's all right. Ooh, shouldn't have been carrying so many.
So how are you going? You all right?
Yeah, well, if the dinner plates survive, I guess I will. Look, thanks, Jack.
What for?
For
getting me this job and...
What are friends for?
No, really, seriously, I was starting to get cabin fever at home.
Look, I didn't do anything.
You did, and I appreciate it. No, maybe we shouldn't be doing this.
No, maybe not.
No, I just mean not yet.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I just don't. Yeah. Look, I've got to go. See you around.
Well, I presume this means we'll be getting rid of that wreck out of our driveway.
It does indeed, yeah. It's going to be towed out first thing to Lorraine's place.
Why don't take it to Sal D'Angelo's instead?
Sal's why?
He's decided to give Carl his job back.
How did you manage that?
Simply persuaded him to see good sense.
Oh, there's a first time for everything, I suppose.
It didn't hurt that our vehicle maintenance contract was up for tender.
Oh,
No, you scammer.
That old one. All right. I'm calling it a night.
So, how's letting?
It's good.
See, I told you.
What?
Oh, be careful.
I don't know what you're talking about, Parish.
Well, pool table's free. Want to go? Come on.
Rightio.
That's a good one.
While we're handing out the compliments, I might as well say well done with Kathy.
I had to twist her arm. Still, I don't think I got through her, really.
At least they both sat down at the same table and talked to each other.
Yeah, it's something, I suppose.
They don't have to be best friends or anything, as long as they're civil.
Yeah, it's not like they have to like each other. They just got to get on.
Yeah, exactly.
Another one of those?